Well, Ruby, what is you doing?
Hey, wait, sorry, what are we sorry. What are we all supposed
Fuck
to be
it. This
doing?
is all gonna be part of it because what we want everybody to motherfucking do is smoke weed and watch Motherhood Sex
Sex
Marijuana.
marijuana. Because
Yes.
we always in the building.
We always in the motherfucking building. Season 7, Legendary Trends. We gonna be coming with some new shit and be in the building for all of it every Sunday on time. Cool.
I know I'm coming. They know I'm coming. I know they gonna be there. And they know I'm gonna do the best job I can possibly. 60.
Yes.
We always in the building.
We Yes, indeed. Me tell a girl say, me's a girl we no fight over a man. For me little bit me just so me tan. This a girl only one game, one can him just turn fool, can him just get the bomb. Tight pussy girl no fight over a man. And everybody don't say we are them Brad. Motherhood Sex Marijuana in the building. Kai Storm in the building. Ruby soon be in the building. Majestic Da God in the building. And of course, shout out to Spice. Shout out to Spice. Not dancehall queen, but the queen of dancehall. And shout out to Jada Kingdom. She pregnant for motherfucking party. Yes. Pretty gang. Not only look good for the gram. Yes. Let's get everybody in the building. Admit all. Yes. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Lord God, I gotta turn on some flash to see my motherfucking face. Shit, what's good, people? Kai Storm in the motherfucking building. Motherhood
I
Sex
just need a
Marijuana
couple
in
of Motherhood Sex Marijuana in the building. What's up, y'all? I'll be just a couple more minutes. One sec.
It's all good because I myself need to set up this light for a second, or else you ain't gonna be able to see this beauty. And I need everybody to see me.
That's right.
That's I wanted them. I need them to see me. You know. So let me set up my little light there. Sit down.
There you go.
Yes,
Your light's good
ready.
now. Now your light's good.
Yes, me have to set up lights and things. You know what I say?
Yes.
Indeed. Majestic. Now, first of all, before you start talking, cause wait, hold on, because see, the reason why I know you, I'm gonna tell the people. The reason why I know you is because you know we met because of Ruby.
Yes,
and at the time that we met because of Ruby, I was being blamed for not controlling Ruby's pum pum. Apparently it was being said that I had directly, put her pum pum in her lap. And you feel me? And of course, that person got cursed clean the fuck out. No, that person got cursed the fuck out because the only pum pum I can control is the one me have myself, and the one them where my group. See, you see the point. I protect my pum pum. I can control my pum pum. I can control every pum pum under 18 when they live in. I'm like,
Yes.
But Grown woman pum pum, me never, no sir, me not,
Yeah. Me neither. Just for the record.
So
Me
yes,
neither.
sir, go ahead and explain who you are and why you're here.
Oh man, if that was not the intro, it's set up like a mug. Thank you. Woo!
I
Man.
mean, I do my best. No, I do my best.
No, for sure, for sure. Well, yeah, you know, we happen to know each other, right, through Ruby. You know, we haven't met one another. Now, I didn't know about any controlling of poom pooms, any situations, and none of these things. Just so you know, it probably wasn't for me to know anything yet. But yes.
I mean, no, I feel like dropping a little bit of tea on things. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
Just a little bit of tea.
Matter of fact,
Because like I said, that's one of the things when I introduce the people them here.
Yeah.
No, brethren. When I introduce the people them here, we like to give a little history. And I remember I said no. I remember somebody was telling me I should be, or I should have, or I directed, and no sir, no sir,
it was not you.
no sir.
Just for the record, it was not you.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. I feel like I should butt in somewhere around here. I think I should talk a little bit. But you know what? I just want to say this because
Wait, your camera not on, girl.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah, it was a little blurry. There we go. We got you.
Is it okay?
Okay. Got to see you. You good now?
Okay, thank you. First of all, I just want to express gratitude for Magestic for being here. All bullshit aside, he is quite a remarkable individual. He, let's just say that he's someone that you could trust, like for real, because he's done a lot of work within his community. And most importantly, I feel like he does a lot of work on himself. And so we're going to dive into some questions for sure. But before all that, I'm going to let you talk. I just wanted to express gratitude. I want to express gratitude for my Queen Kai here because I didn't give you any precursors. So it's all good. I love you. We're rocking regardless. And we're going to double back. We're actually going to put a bookmark in that because I love spilling the tea. I will spill the tea on myself if I have to. But business first and pleasure will always be there. Go ahead, Magestic.
All right, let me go. So this is the hard part of me always having to yap about myself. But let me see. I guess we'll start. I am recently just retired dean of students. I was a dean of students at a charter network for 12 years. And I've left the plantation. I've made that transition from 9 to 5 over to entrepreneur. So since about July, we've been pushing along, trying to get our businesses going, working to get LLCs going.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I pretty much just took what I did. I try not to make it a hard thing. I took what I did and who I am and took it from that. So I'm a DJ. I happen to also know I DJ. That's one of my loves, passions since I'm about 12, 13. I'm also a producer and songwriter. I have an independent record label called Squad Up Records, and that's something I've done. I've had that for 3 years, but I've made music. Shout out to
Squad Up.
Thank you, Squad Up. And producing music since I was about 16, 18. So that's something I've been doing most of my life. I ain't even going to do the math there and all that. And then the other thing, which is actually something that I came into when I had a leg injury about 2 years ago, while I was rehabbing my leg injury. Shout out to my sister, because I had injured my knee and thought my behind was going to be able to take care of myself in an apartment in New York City by myself. Like, yeah, that was true, like Superman, black man, right? Like, now
shout out to Sister Queen.
Hospital. My sister came from home.
No, sir. No,
she came home. Yeah, my man, I'm going to take you down south. I'm going to take you back down south with me. And then my sister drove me down to her house. I rehabbed down her house down in South Carolina for 4 months. So she was my Florence Nightingale, saved my life. But during that time, and actually that time right there was the main tipping point, or I'd probably say precursor for right now, in terms of what I'm manifesting and things I'm bringing about during that time. Because usually if I have time, I'm a thinker. I'm a strategist too. And if I have time, I'm usually going to sit and plot and scheme and figure out. And so, I had time since I was rehabbing and stuff. And I'm thinking about kind of right now the things I was going to be doing as an entrepreneur, because I had been a dean for a while, and at around year 10 or 11, I was going to retire around the pandemic time. And the pandemic happened, and then it was like, oh, maybe I should not jump from a job, especially this good check right here with education. You feel me? Like,
I mean,
education, like, no.
turning down money, no.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
not,
but you know, a lot of people
no.
made the jump. Big up to all the people who did like make a transition during the pandemic, though, and like that type of jump. So big up to them. But I was like, nah, all right, let me stay a little steady right
Indeed.
now, just to get the bread and stuff. But then it became, I like to be authentic in everything that I do. And so, and for that type of job as the dean of students, that's service. That's straight from the heart. Spirit takes a lot. So you can't just be walking through that. So that's why I got to about the last year that I was like, yeah, okay, this is going to be the year. This is going to be it. And during that time where I was rehabbing my injury, I had studied a guy named Jeremy Anderson. He's a motivational speaker. You probably know him. He works with also Dr. Eric Thomas. And I saw him speaking on an interview on Earn Your Leisure. And he was talking about how he became a motivational speaker. And, people have been telling me that my whole life, that I should do that. And I sat there and I was like, well, this is, again, something that I do every day. But his particular story on how he did it, how he transitioned to part of even education, and where it took him, I was like, okay, that's something else I'm going to do. And then educational consultant, I was a dean of students for 12 years. And like, as the dean of students, I just had to do so much. And so it's a lot of marketable skills. And then within the field of education, there's so much that I can do between dean instruction and teacher coaching and RTI, MCSS. Education has mad acronyms for no damn reason, ABC, CIA, DEA, all that type of shit. But fortunately, in 12 years of experience, I've learned all these type of things. And so, I looked at it and said, well, that's definitely a lane, education consultant. And then, there's a lot of districts, a lot of superintendents, and there's a lot of schools. So it's a lot of service that I can end up doing. So these last 6 months have been just me putting in the work, getting things going, getting the bank accounts going and account saving and just, doing that entrepreneur grind and moving along. So excited right
That's
now.
what's up.
Thank you.
That's what's up. I
What's
definitely
up?
want to dig in a little bit into, just, what your experience with teaching it. Because yes, while we are happy that teachers exist, and especially, teachers of color, I know for a fact that, Lord, child, I look at them every day and be like, yeah, I couldn't be around all these motherfuckers all day, every day and shit. So talk to the experience of being around somebody, other people cheering. Just what
Man.
the fuck?
Well, first off, let me tell you, I was a dean of students, and I would say that I wouldn't want to be a classroom teacher. Classroom teacher is just hard. It's a lot of work. Lot of work. So shout out to the classroom teachers because between curriculum maps and the managing 27 kids 8 times a day and so they the true MVPs, right?
Right.
I definitely like without question, and we all know they don't get paid no money, and it's a bunch of stuff. So like, just give them a shout out to what they do.
Child.
Advocate for them getting some more money and less BS in the system. But I actually
Mm.
stumbled in education too. I never went to college and received education for being a dean, and I never worked in a school before that. I actually I was a dean off the couch. This was one of my stories actually. So I was a dean off the couch. 2008, Obama recession, rough for everybody. Unemployed, and I'm
Mm.
not gonna lie. Fortunately, I've always had the benefit of working since I was like 16. So this is the first time in my life not working and having a job. I have a daughter, and let me let you know, we all know, not working black man, just they just looked at a certain way. It just don't really matter. You be working all your life, but when you in that position, it was real. And so I'm doing all the different things I'm trying to do. I'm temping, and it was real too. That also was a part of my life that definitely developed resilience and even just an overstanding of like when we go through things, because I'm sitting there for 2 years, no job, unemployment twice, and just looking, and I'm like, yo, something's got to give, something's going to give. I was this close to getting a position to be an assistant dean at a high school around me, but when I finally got my papers from DOH, they had spent the budget money, and it was like, oh man. And then the very next day, my recruiter calls me and said, I have an assignment for you in Brooklyn. Mind you, it was a bathroom monitor. He's like, yeah, there's a school that kind of having an issue with the bathroom or whatever it is. And like, and mind you, it didn't even matter. It was a 3-month assignment. He was talking 15 an hour. So, in that position, brother, I don't care what we talking. Let me go get this. I go first day, come around the corner, black man, my man, Marvin Griffin, my first dean, my mentor. And as soon as he sees me, he's like, I'm so happy you're a black man. And that was April. And I started in the hallway, just actually opening the doors for our kids in the bathroom because the charter school was in the high school. And then I worked with the principal. Then I worked with the head of finance. Then the dean went away for 2 days, right? So he was like, he's going away for 2 days. I'm holding down. At this point, I started being in the hallway. I'm at lunchrooms, it's about May or so. He goes away for 2 days. First day, 3 fights or something. 2 fights, something crazy. And I remember I came home. I stood on my block too and just looked at the sky for a minute like, yeah, I'm okay. They're going to get rid of me tomorrow. Like, I was like, oh, man. And then I just like, well, whatever. I still got to go in tomorrow. So I go in tomorrow. I sit down with the principal and she goes, so look, let me just show you what happened, right? Because I looked on the camera. She said, and what it really was is just there's a couple things you can't do. And you did that with a group of kids. And like, that's just not going to work. And so I didn't get fired, kept working a couple months. And then at the end of that June, which is 3 months later, they offered me the first assistant dean position they ever had for the school.
Nice.
Word. So that's you guys just got a preview of like, that's the foundation of the motivational speaker story. Like, but that's the story I also told everybody at Brooklyn Prospect while I was teaching. Like, I'm a dean off the couch. I didn't go to school for this. I happened to stumble into this, got hired as an assistant dean. I did my year as an assistant dean under my dean as a mentor. And then it was funny because he told me I was going to be made a dean. Then he was like, I wasn't going to be made a dean. And then I happened to come back from the summer and the principal's introducing me, the parent like, hey, yeah, here's our dean of students, Mr. Hendricks. And I was like, oh, wait, I am being a dean. And so then I did get hired the first year, which taught me something too, like, oh, okay. But also education does that. But, and then after that, it was 7 years in middle school. And then I transferred from the middle school to the high school. So I did 7 years at the high school, 7 years at the middle school, 5 years at the high school. And I was the dean of students.
Middle school and high school.
Oh, man.
The real age where motherfuckers is feeling themselves. There's boyfriend, girlfriends. There's people getting caught on steps, maybe sucking dick. I don't know. I ain't judging.
We got group chat.
You know what I'm saying? Vaping or that. Because the other day, my daughter's in fucking, she's in elementary school, my youngest. Right. And literally I heard the principal talking to somebody parent about some child coming to school with a vape. And it's like, wait a minute. Vape? Where do you get vape from?
The store.
What?
Unfortunately, the store sold it to them. That's
the big homies.
Exactly.
It's education.
The store. Exactly. Or the big
Mom
homies.
And dad.
Right.
I will say this though. I think
exactly. Mom and dad that's smoking it and put it down and ain't paying attention because the clouds be clouding and sometimes we forget. And that's how, what I'm saying, people still weed because no, I ain't talking about myself.
I don't know. I have to be honest. I think, or not. I definitely have a gift with children. It kind of showed. My father also.
I can imagine. You have to.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And to be a dean, let me just tell you again, the dean, because everybody in schools will tell you the position they won't do is dean. Real shit. That's how real a dean is in students. Like most teachers will be like, I would never want to be a dean because it's just a dean's main job really is support. Historically, unfortunately, was dean of discipline. So it came from a position of like, the discipline, suspension, etc. Currently, Currently, where it resides, though, it's now called school culture, as it should be called, because the aim, right, is child development, right? So, and that's what it's become: school culture, child development, right? So, yes, it's still the person you go to might get detention. They're gonna call your parents. They're in the hallway telling the kids to move along. But then we're also doing everything from creating behavior plans to sitting with kids, right, to go over struggles, classroom management, teaching to teachers to help them. We're we basically deal with all the shareholders, as they're called. So students, parents, teachers, and then administration. So basically, a dean balances all of that. A dean is who people come to when things is a problem and kids are going to fight, and we heard there's bullying or this is da-da-da, this kid needs support, so forth. So
before we call the cops.
Yeah, and
Right,
all
right,
the
yes. The dean, because between school especially with conflict, is usually between the dean, maybe security, and maybe the principal, depending on how deep it gets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Damn. And so. So wait, you said did you say you retired, or were you trying to maybe do something else in education now?
Well, I've retired from that side. I retired from working them for that side. Like, you feel me? Like, I wouldn't be a dean of students anymore. I have no plans to be a dean of students. And I've done it 12 years. And I will also say this, it's not something, because I remember I got to a certain year and started to ask people, did they know anybody who had been a dean for more than 5, 10 years, or anything like that? And if you think about it, that's not, usually deans, I'd say, is a stepping stone to upper administration. Right. So like, and usually it's a transition for some teachers as they go from classroom to administration by becoming a dean. Because again, besides the other things, like I have to look at data, right? I have to create initiatives for celebration, right? So it's school culture it's a lot, It's funny, I was speaking to my sister earlier, and I was letting her know that, certain people, when they see dean of students, though, they go, oh, okay, you was a dean of students. Like, I already know what that entails. Like, that was basically everything. You had to do everything. The calls, the da-da-da-da, the type in, the fight, but talk to the parent, make the paper, presentation, celebration for the kids. You feel me?
It's ground level, whereas people in authority are usually out of reach. And sometimes even in a corporate setting, it's like you become a number. And so it's, I bet they told you things they weren't telling the principal.
I mean, that was the biggest part, though, and when I came there, what I told myself was like, you know what? Because this is people's children, and I take children seriously. I know, people take raising their children seriously, right? Don't ever mess with anybody's money and their kids in whatever order. That's what you don't deal with, right? So I told myself, if I raise these children the way I raised my daughter, and if I treat these children the way I treat my daughter, I'll be good. And I think that gave me a certain confidence, period. Even from having a lack of an educational environment, I was just like, basically, which is also my overall approach, philosophy to life, right? Like, just humanity. Like, everyone has needs. We're all humans. You treat people, you can meet their needs. People can work with you. That's simple. It gets complicated when the other things, the prejudice and the bias and the da-da-da. But when we deal on that level, and that's what I said, well, if I bring that, I'll be good, because that works for me outside of here, everything. So I did that, and that's what it was. Even to getting to the point of, at the school now, they call the kids our babies, right? That's my slang, straight up.
Word.
Because that's what it was, though. These are our babies. We're, that's the approach I'd have to say, too. Because even right now with my sister, I'm working on, my proper presentation so a brother can elevate and stuff, just to get a nice, everything looking real nice. And my sister was saying, like, yeah, you have to put some of your testimony and what it is of who you, what you bring, even on video. Even you got to hop in front of the video and say, hey, this is what I bring, so forth, and these things. But that was what it was. I brought a feeling of that sense of familialness, family that's needed at a school environment, because we're raising children. They're with us 8 to 12 hours a day. So regardless of what you,
especially in a New York environment.
Yes, you're raising children. And so I think that's the other thing that I teach in coaching education. You should approach it like that. If you approach it like you're raising children, then it also gives you a certain level of responsibility. Now for people who haven't raised children or haven't had that doesn't make you not as qualified a certain way. But even if you haven't had children, but you've raised nieces, siblings, etc., if that's your approach to dealing with people's children, you'll be all right. I promise you. You're right. You just treat children the way you would want your children treated, be all right.
That shit works out. And then the fact is that the name of the game is also because being in a position of dean of students, you definitely, I'm definitely feeling like you left an impression on a lot of kids, which is definitely necessary, you know, in a position like that. And with New York City kids, you know what I mean? In order to get them to follow you, you definitely got to leave an impression on them.
Yeah. I mean, kids,
We
period,
know
though.
that.
Let's not get it twisted. Kids in Texas, kids in Florida, you have to come across a certain way for children to rock with you. And I just think that's always what it is. I don't deal with children from an authoritative stance. You know, and it's funny because I say all the time, I was raised by an old school black man. I say that because that stands at what it stands. However, personally, I've never dealt with anybody from a stance of authority. Like, it's not necessary. And just doesn't work. Nobody likes it. Like, my approach to life is the things I know people don't like done to them, I really try not to do to people. It just kind of makes sense to me. No one likes to be dealt with in an authoritative way. No one likes to be talked at versus talked to. And again, I understood that, like, with people, if you just meet people here and work with you, children, man, children are friggin' beautiful. That's what it is too. Like, I
That's right.
really believe that, like, children are beautiful and they're amazing. And they're gifts to us, and the experience of them allows us to evolve into our greatness, really. So, like, I think that also that's foundational for me in my approach of how I look at children. Like, I love children. I feel like, you know, you're an evil muff if you don't like children. Like, I'm gonna judge people by how they also talk about children and don't like children, because I gotta look at you sideways and you don't like children. Like, what you mean you don't like children?
You know what? I'm so glad that you said that, right? So I was on this other panel
I mean,
where we were Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was on this panel where we were talking about the youth of today, right?
yes, definitely.
And somebody was like ragging on the youth and all this shit, right? And I was just like, it was so disheartening because it's like, well, that's our fault. If you think that they are not doing what they need to be doing for any reason, then how are you not contributing to that? Or are you just ragging on it? And it just pissed me off. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it should. I'm sorry if I interrupted you, but it's like that. Yeah, that thing right there is that's definitely one of my pet peeves. And first of all, I hate anybody sounding like an old head. You feel me? I'm gonna keep it 100. Let the world know right now. I'm 48 years old. You know, 48 years. I look 35. I do some things like I'm 20, 25. We'll talk about that later. But I don't believe in being an old head nor sounding like an old head. And what an old head is, it's just when you sound out of touch, unteachable, right? And even unrelatable, not necessarily by wisdom, because a younger person has less wisdom and experience than us. That doesn't make them, again, they can't learn, right? Because they're always soaking up. As a matter of fact, that's why children will always teach you, because they're constantly soaking. They'll put you onto something, you 48 years on this earth. I didn't even know that though. And like that's the beauty of children if you look at them like that. But this generational gap thing, I think I did well with children because I was anti-generational gap. I wasn't worried about like telling them what they not like I'm not gonna lie, I can't stand that because first back in my day, nobody asked you back in your day, bro. We not in your day too, so that listen how you already sound talking about back in my day. We not there, bro. What are you talking about? And then it becomes
Right.
not this and it's not that, and who want to hear that? Like, I'm an adult. I wouldn't want nobody to talk to me like that. So wait, because this human has less experience on earth, you think they want to hear you talk to them like that? And then here's the thing. How do you ever reach them? Because obviously, if you feel they're so fucked up, we were the ones who were supposed to teach them. Obviously, some shit we ain't taught them. So let's really talk about what we're upset about, right? Isn't that probably mental health, right? You're projecting actual anger from your own lack of what you've done, knowing that, but you're going to project it on the child. You feel me? And
Yeah.
like
And
that's
it's
what adults do, you know. And I get that, but I'm definitely not with that. That's not what they need. And like they didn't do nothing. They didn't even get actually brought here. We brought them here, and it's our job to raise them. If we really have a problem with what they look like, that should be the ultimate reflection to our society and changes that we need to make. You feel me? I have a daughter. You know what I'm saying? 28 years old. the most amazing human being on this earth to me. That's that's how I feel. That's why I look sideways at some people who don't like their kids and shit like that, or just how people take with their kids. Like, again, what's the most beautiful thing in the world than your child? But I learned through her. We had an hour and a half conversation earlier today, right? And just her growth, what she speaks, and then the reflection, like, I constantly learn. Not to mention, let me tell you something. I'm so grateful because some people don't like their motherfucking parents. You understand? Some people don't even want to pick up the phone and call their parents. You know what I mean? My daughter loves me to death. And I know that's just a reflection of, like, all I've poured in the love I poured into her. But it's just for y'all to know, I know both of y'all have kids. Like, let me just tell y'all, when they get to adults, though, man, let me tell you, man, it's way more beautiful when they were younger. I promise you, because then it's like when they're adults and y'all can relate to things more and now relate as adults, but it's your child you're relating to as an adult. And then they be talking to you as adults in their experiences, but you're like, oh shit, you came out my nuts, yo. Like,
oh yeah,
like, yo, like, mind blowing. You're a whole adult. I have a grandson going on too, right? Like, she's a
Beautiful.
mother raising her son now, like my child. It's crazy.
Beautiful. That's fantastic. And I feel like you're leading into the questions just
trust
naturally.
I mean, that just means we
Go
in
ahead.
tune. Or we just
No,
Come on in.
no, I was saying that, trust me, I know what you're talking about, because my oldest is 26. You know what I'm saying? Well, she'll be 26. I keep saying 26 because she likes to, every time she sees me, she likes to say, "Oh, you getting old," and I keep telling her, "Girl, you about to be 30. Who you talking to?"
Yeah,
And so,
basically.
yes, when we're talking to her and having conversations with her, it's a whole different feeling, talking to a grown woman that you produced in the world. Yes.
It is definitely.
That's what's up. I have a question for the both of you, actually. So, as far as your children, right? What qualities do you see in your child that you recognize within yourselves?
All my children got small mouths. The only difference is that the middle one, it'll take her a little minute before you get the sarcasm. But the youngest one, she right there. And 26-year-old, please, that's all she got out her mouth is what? Who you talking to? You know what I'm saying? So that's all me. That's all me. That's
Oh man, that's hilarious. Oh man, I
that's
ain't gonna
that's
lie,
what's me.
that's my twin. My youth is my twin. Like, even like there was, how you see got the kids like, oh nah, you could have never denied her. Like, I've got that my whole life. She was actually telling her girlfriend a couple weeks ago that when she was small, her nickname was Little Majest. And her girl was like, oh my God, that's so amazing. That was a Little Majest, you know what I mean? So it's like, again, that's my baby, but that's my baby girl. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about took to the studio, you feel me? So that's why even, you know what I mean? That was, you know what I mean? So that's where that comes from. So yeah, I would have to say though, she really blows my mind also with her I don't like my daughter's really wise beyond her years. You know what I'm saying? Like, mind blowing with her wisdom, really. And
She was on our podcast, Queen.
Yeah,
I'll let you tell it. I'll let you tell it.
Yes. I remember. Yes, and her son must be Lord. Her son must be big by now. He like 2, right? He got to be at least 2 by now.
2. Wait. Not only is he 2.
Yeah, I remember.
The boy is 3 feet at 2. Word. So you got to say it like that. Listen, I'm 6 feet at 48. He's 3 feet at 2.
Crazy, yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, nah.
Beautiful,
Beautiful. Giant right there.
Man, a basketball player. Put him on the court. Like, let's go. We got millions to make. We gotta.
Wait a minute, because we don't usually do that off top. But why did my daughter tell me last week that the boy, she has to chase him down? He gets on the ball court and runs onto the court where the grown men are yelling, ball, ball, ball.
Fearless.
No, because let me tell you something. That's exactly how what's his name from Golden State started. The light-skinned one. What's his name?
Curry.
Lord, I can't remember. I know Ruby
Steph
not
Curry.
gonna remember his name, but
Curry.
yes, Steph Curry.
Steph Curry. Yes.
Started.
Yes. That's how.
Yes, the light-skinned one with the light-skinned wife. Yes, that
said,
one.
Yo, and it's crazy. She said she had the full-on sprint after him. Like he's running on the court, telling the grown men to pass him the ball. Like he's supposed to be playing with them, and they're supposed to pass him the ball. Yo, I was like, wow.
Oh, that's so cute.
Wow.
That's adorable, yeah.
We're gonna have to hold that up.
Video tape all that shit because you're gonna need that for the press. No, you're gonna need that when the paparazzi asking you for old videos. You gotta put that down somewhere.
Nah, we're gonna do that. Oh, I ain't
Beautiful.
gonna lie.
No, you gotta have that ready. Like, yes, he's been working since he was 3. What you talking about? Pay the man.
You know,
he can pay me.
You don't want to do nobody just like you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? You just let kids. You want them to be on their own first. But of course, when I hear this, I'm like, oh shit, like, because I coach ball.
I mean, we're not talking. We're not
natural.
talking, make him if he don't want to. We're not talking that. We're just talking, a little encouragement. Like, hey, I think you could do this for money when you grow up, but don't listen to me. Don't listen to me.
I mean, nah, he
no. I just give you some advice, but you don't have to take it.
I mean, I'm just,
I'm giving you a little bit of advice, that's gonna help me and you, but you don't have to listen. It's okay, but
Yo, that is perfect New York City Dominican. Yo,
hell yeah, I love it, Mom. And guess what? He did mention his queen of a sister. She's amazing. Shout out to Robin, and I shout her out specifically because she was on the show as well. The Solution. Remember Robin's episode? That's the sister.
See, you don't know, Cobby. The number top shot of supporter of your pie. You know what I'm saying? I sent about 4 people your way, actually. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't want to shout myself out right now, but I did.
Oh, shout it out, please.
Shoot, shout it out. Because first, foremost, the clouds be clouding over here, and then the fact is, we just glad that people want to check us out, and and want to be on the show and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Yeah. Like right now, season 7 is so fucking packed. It's like, oh my god, like we literally working every Sunday except Mother's Day because we not working on Mother's Day. But you feel me? What I'm saying? We working every Sunday, and so it's like. So thank you for bringing the people. Yes, absolutely. Shout out to them. Absolutely.
Yes, we appreciate that.
I mean, I respect the brand. I like what it's doing. I like, that's something else I know. So that's also part of my service purpose. I'm here to help people, elevate and reach and stuff like that. So that's why I like when I see people working or like take a spark and start to go. I'm always motivated and inspired by that, but I love to see that. So any way I can support that is, it's always a pleasure to me. It's what I'm here for.
Wow. Thank you
so much. We sure need the support and appreciate the support. AKA subscribe if you're watching.
That's
but
right. That's right.
No, let's talk a little bit about your music because shit. First and foremost, I feel like nowadays the way fucking music is going and the way music is being talked about, whether it's behind the scenes or streams and shit, it's like it kind of feel like, what I'm saying, if you're a real rap person, what I'm saying, if you about real rap, it kind of feel like you have a harder way to go in order to pass all this fake and fuckery and BBLs and cosigns and you might have been touched by Diddy, so that's why you so famous. I'm just saying, it's a lot going on in 2024, especially. I feel like, what I'm saying, that this is the year of everybody businesses in the street. So right now they chomping they little last chomps on Diddy and they moving on to Jay-Z. But we not here gossiping. I'm just asking about you.
Right. Yeah. Well, me myself, I would say this. While yes, all the fuckery does exist, the beautiful thing is, and I think this is a microcosm of even life right now. there's an opportunity for newness. And, you know, if we take it and we liken it, or even parallel it to the earth right now, right? Talking about new earth, old earth, you know, frequencies and vibrations. So it's really about how people want to go about it. You know, if you know, the fuckery's kind of pretty much dying. That's actually the funny shit. Like, even if you look at the last 2 years, right? Dudes who were killing on the boards couldn't sell couldn't sell tickets. But last year, LL Cool J toured the whole year with the Roots. Actually, I was at Yankee Stadium for the 50th concert, which was the best concert in my life, actually. And when I say that, I'm not saying that, but like that was the best concert in my life because everyone killed their set. But like everyone's set was a solid set of their songs. And I'm talking about, so who was performed that night? Common performed that night. T.I. performed that night. Havoc and Noid, Cube, Run DMC, Nas, Wayne, like the 50th, yeah, hip hop 50th at Yankee Stadium. First of all, I paid $280 for the ticket. Now let me just tell you, I'm not a
That's what I could have. In case anybody asks why I ain't there, hell no, I ain't got it.
First said it, I said, damn God, yeah, $280. But then I looked at the bill. And it's like, first of all, I live 2 blocks from Yankee Stadium, so I'm from the Bronx, New York, or from the X. I live 2 blocks.
Shout out Bronx.
My whole life, right?
Shout out to the BX, indeed.
Yes. And I was like, how I'm not gonna go to this concert? Like, I'm hip hop. You feel me? How I'm not gonna go to this concert? Let me stop acting like that. And I got my ticket, and it was the best show again because everybody just did their thing and killed it. But what it also showed me, though,
I can imagine.
I'm gonna put you on to something that I'm starting to brand now. Recognize that you heard it here, not first maybe, but the best adult contemporary hip hop. So that's not nothing new. If you remember back in 90s, 2000s, or 90s the last time, there was something called adult contemporary R&B, right? And that was the Baker, right? So not the young poppin', you know, SWV and all of what we was rocking with, but the older, right? So if you look at hip hop where it's at now, right? A large demographic that exists, not the one that's mostly quote unquote exploited by the industry, which is the 18 to 25, is that 25 up, 35 to 50. And the other thing about it is this particular demographic is the demographic that has jobs, has money to buy music, will support merch. But the business industry has always gone after the 18 to 25, which is actually this crapshoot. They never know where that's going to hit, and you spend more money 95% of the time trying to get a one hit that's 5% of the time. Whereas if you would actually just take less money to market to my demographic, which has money and is going to support, and which, by the way, if you reissue all of the music from 20, 30 years ago that you guys still own, we would go and buy it and reload it right now. So you would double up your bread plus that. You feel me? But I'm saving that talk for when I'm across the table from them folk. But that's my thing, adult contemporary hip hop, because we don't, and here's the thing, it's not a knock. There's times for it, but I don't want to hear a lot of that shit. And it's not because they're younger and I'm older. It don't move me. I'm where if shit don't move me, I don't want to hear it. That's all. And here's the thing, there's times for
and you
that.
know what? You know what I'm saying? Exactly, yo. On some real shit, I want to just mention a little something about, you know, the whole, you know, old head, because I'm an old head. Fuck it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I do listen to that new shit, and I don't just, you know, leave it to the genre of hip hop. I do that with dancehall and reggae too. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, it's the same. It's the same. Really, it's the same music. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Dancehall is definitely about. It's talking the same shit that hip hop is talking right now, as far as the materialistic about, you know what I'm saying, being overly sexual and this and that. So it's all about, if it sound good, I fuck with it. If it don't sound good, I don't give a fuck who put it out. It could be motherfucking the lyricist or somebody that just dropped on TikTok yesterday.
Right.
If it don't sound good, I'm not fucking with it. Basically. It's plain and simple. It's not even about how old I am and how long I knew hip hop and how long me and hip hop or me and dancehall or me and reggae went back. It's about If it sound good, if it flow right, I fuck with it.
Yeah,
Even,
basically.
but you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, I was talking about fucking Kiana music, like ain't not one song she ever made that I want to fuck with. But apparently she put out a song with motherfucking Vibes Cartel, and God know that shit sound fire.
There you
No,
go.
that
There you
shit
go.
sound fire.
There you go.
Figured out like, wait a minute, Suki. Oh, I never really liked you, but I kind of like you a
You got
little
a
bit.
one.
Just a little
And
bit.
that's cool too, because that's what we're gonna judge it on. You
I
got
love
to.
me some Suki Hana, man. She's so nasty.
Yeah, I was about to. Yeah, you were.
Exactly. That's why I don't like her, because she go too far. In a lot of her songs, she go too far, and I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Like once, like some shit she put out, sell some cooch. I sell some cooch. No, I don't care about you selling cooch, girl. I don't want to hear a song about selling cooch. I mean, if that's
I
what
mean,
you
it's
got
kind
to
of
do,
every
that's
day.
cool for you, but I don't want to hear about that shit. But the song I just heard that shit today, the shit she did with Vibes Cartel, and of course on the song she talk about sucking his dick and all of that, and I'm like, yo, but that shit sound kind of fire though. I ain't gonna lie, I like that shit. I like that shit. And Vibes Cartel, that's world boss. Fuck you mean? That's world fucking boss. Who the fuck you fighting? World boss? No, you're right. You're right. So you know what I mean? The
Yeah,
song
yeah.
sound good. That's the worst I can say that
Okay.
it actually.
You know what? Thank you for leading us into my next question, right? It's going to be called, this segment's going to be called Rate the Pussy. So I'm going to give you 5 different situations, or yeah, 5 different types, and you're going to rate that, okay, from 1 to 5. I can read it again after repeating.
One being, which one is?
One
good,
being
5
number
is
one, one being the first, and
you gotta
5
check the
being.
scale. You gotta know the scale. All right.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you very much.
And
Okay,
I'm
number
rating this
one.
if I think it's fire or if the situation is gonna be fire. I just want.
No, I'm just going to give you 5 different types, and you're going to rate those 1 to 5. Just 5 different types, because there's many different, right? But we only are discussing the 5.
Okay.
All right. Number 1. Or let me not number it for, you know. Okay. Newly divorced cooch. Single mom. Single mom cooch.
I was about to say, I was gonna say, is it MILFy? Are we talking to MILF? Because that's what counts. A single. Wait, if it's no, you just say mom. Okay, so divorced. Yeah. Wait, is the divorcee a mom?
Well, I'm going to narrow it down. I'm going to say all of them first.
No, not to knock, but if the divorcee's a mom to the divorcee, that's a different level of hunger. She's going to have to get to get the dragon. You understand? So that's why I was trying to differentiate.
No, hold on. Okay, hold on. Let's say just newly divorced, right? Newly divorced. We don't know if she's a mom yet.
Yeah, that's a
single mom, lonely, nerdy, and seasoned. Seasoned is 60 plus. So there, those are the 5. We've got single. We've got newly divorced, single mom, lonely, nerdy, and seasoned. 60 plus club.
60 plus club. So here's what I'm gonna have to tell you. We were, I'm not an ageist. I'm not gonna say I'm an ageist. You're gonna have to convince me though, over 60 to give me that thing. No, like over 60 to convince. Like you gotta. I don't know. I'm a half step a little bit on the 60, just right now where I'm at in life. You know what I'm saying? But it would depend though.
I mean, no, 60s are still cool. They're still vivacious.
I mean, let's just say the 60 looks really nice. We're not talking like, enhanced by Dr. whoever the fuck. We're talking nice as she take care
like 60.
Like body look
like
tight
Angela
and
Bassett,
thing. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Body,
you know what I mean?
She's 60 unless
the finer the wine, the more marinated. You know what I mean?
So Angela Bassett, Felicia Rashad. Cause see, that's 60 now. If it's looking like Angela Bassett or Felicia Rashad now, That's an acceptable 60 plus. Is what I'm gonna tell you. You understand what I'm talking about?
Okay.
There's another one that's not the acceptable, but that right there, yeah. That's going. I'm taking that down. If that's what it's looking like. Taking that down. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you have to remember. You have to rate them. We're
So
doing
I'm gonna go with a 2 on that one. 2. That's 2. From 1 to 5. You said right. 1 to the top.
Yeah, number 1.
I'm gonna get that 2. Yeah, I'm gonna get a 2.
Okay. So we have the other ones are nerdy, lonely, newly divorced, and single mom.
Newly divorced and single mom.
So they're 2 different ones. Single mom's one.
I got. Yeah. I'm trying to because see, lonely, whatever your circumstances is that though. But we all know single moms have the least amount of time to rock out. So when they get that time to rock out, you feel me? That's what I gotta think about. That's gonna be like a Super Bowl a little bit right there from a single mom. Nerdy, I mean, I love nerdy, period. I'm not gonna lie. Glasses does a thing for me. So nerdy, you got it, you know what I mean? Usually crinkly hair, curly hair with the glasses. That's all top going, you know what I'm saying, make my nature rise. Shit, yeah, but I'm not gonna put nothing over the single mom. Single mom's gonna be numero uno, cause that's gonna be hot cooch, not on fire, but you know that that passion, right? We had it was 2. We gonna then go. I'm gonna go probably nerd last, lonely third, and whatever's missing would be the 4th one there though. Because again,
because lonely could turn into a stalker. So you know what I'm saying? They could be somebody, you know, especially if all you want to do is hit and quit. You know what I'm saying? Lonely might say, but you my boyfriend.
You know, and then it's like, hey, oh no, my boy, you hit me like that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. If you lonely, it's because people leaving you alone. People leaving you alone for a reason. So, and if you become some kind of level of stalker, I might have to call police. I don't know. Yeah. I might have to get a girl to beat you up. I don't know.
You thinking like I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, good job. I love it. There's
because this is New York. This is New York, and we see how New York girls go. You know what I'm saying? New York girls will jump on the train in a minute and go meet her at wherever the fuck stop she thought she was going to. What happened? Cause I might have done that myself. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Something like that, right? Something, you know.
I don't know.
I got you.
Oh, I got more questions. I have more questions. Y'all ready?
Go ahead, shoot them. I'm ready.
Go ahead with your nasty questions, woman. I'm only playing.
She said, "I know how they gonna be." So go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, not all of them are. Okay, this one's a good one. So any advice for a young or a new young father that's about to welcome life into this world, like like a month?
All right, so I'm gonna first go with.
Oh, that's right. Because I was gonna ask you that, not to cut you off, but I was gonna ask you about you because you about to be a grandma before me, child. I like that.
I do too. I got that season puss now. I can hit another category on that.
Oh, now you a gilf? That's what it is.
Come on now.
You could be a
gilf.
Come on
now. It only gets better. Come on, man.
All right. Wow, that's hilarious. Wait, I forgot the question. What was the question? I forgot the gilf part.
The question is, what would be your advice to somebody?
For father.
Yeah, new father.
Made me forget an important question too with your nasty self. So yeah.
Because he's thinking about the pum pum. I'm gonna mind my business. No, him.
Let me see. Okay. First thing. Wow. Let me get a little thought because I'm gonna say that to a young man. That's a real time too. I'm gonna say definitely. I'm gonna start with, like I said, some of the things that were said to me, and I have to say some of the things that was advice, some of the best advice, the most comforting advice I was given before were definitely given to me by queens. If I'm thinking about it, I think most of the best advice I got
Wow.
wasn't from men actually before I was becoming a father.
Yo, that's
Um,
what's up. I'm
no, that I
glad
mean,
you said
yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, well, I was about to talk some real shit though. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm true though. This is divine masculine over here. We always uplifting the divine feminine. So that's, you know what I mean? But that's, you know what I mean?
That's right.
For sure. So I would say what someone told me, my homegirl Sanico Carter from college, I remember. She was like, yo, I want you to know the only thing that really matters. She said, it's not about the money. She said, it's the time. She said, you got to spend the time. She said, the money's not going to matter, I'm telling you. She said, you got to spend the time. Spend the time with your kid. And that stuck. One of my best friend's moms, because I was a little
Boom.
concerned. I was concerned. You know what? I wanted to make sure. I paused to make sure I didn't knock anybody. I was concerned because the mother of my child, her family was a certain way, and so bringing the child now into this world and her family being a certain way, I was just so concerned about the influence of the family and how it would affect my child. And I remember my man Bub's mom saying, she said, you know what? She said, you don't worry about that. She said, all you worry about is how you move and how you teach the child. She said, you know what? And I can't remember my man Bub's sister name. She said, she's done and come corrected me and told me. She said, and that's just because I only focus on how I teach. She said, so just focus on who you are and how you teach it, and don't worry about nothing else. And that was, real talk. That was actually
That's what's
that
up.
that probably definitely led my parenting. Besides, my own foundation. Big up to my father, rest in peace, and my mom, my own parenting foundation.
Rest in peace.
That definitely, thank you. That led that one right there. I always kept that. Like, that's what it was, and that's what it was too. That's what it was with my baby girl. It was always about, like, you know what, they crazy anyway, and I ain't nothing I can do about they crazy. So I'm just gonna just pour into you and just like do the most I could to try to balance that crazy over there, and like,
Give them the tools.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, I can't take you out the high and all that. That'll make something else, and I can't, And I also had to be very strategic more than anything, because she was in the household, right? So any type of thing between me and the mom and the family, I'm at my house and she's over there. So that was the other thing I had to always be wary of, my movements, because honestly, people definitely should have gotten beaten up. um I don't know if a gun would have been pulled on people a couple times back then, but maybe by some people's standards,
Dang.
I've done some things that I had thing pull on them. You feel me? So like, and those are the terms that I speak of in life, like doing things like, because I'm very I'm very, very family oriented, like, and like I'm very protective. And then there's also a part of me which lately I've been actually dealing with, like, there's a real warrior part of me that I can obviously tell when I was here before I did not play, like, at all. Like, on some real shit, I can just tell I didn't play. I ain't play with people. Even to where, like, I've always felt like I've stayed away from violence a certain way in this um lifetime, because like it was a lot before. Like, I don't know where I was at
Mm.
before, but I was getting it in. Because I've always been like, yeah, I just don't really want to unleash that. I kind of don't want to, you know what I mean? Even a little before I
You've
broke up with the
grown.
ex.
That's
I
what that
mean,
is. You've grown.
yeah, but also there's something like there's is you know what? I've just been gotten good with talking. Like, there's a warrior that I've always kind of been like this with, on some like, yeah, we don't want that
Mm.
to come out the lid. And coming into my power the last year or so, I've really recognized, well, one, I was always squashing it, right? Because it is there. You know what I mean? When I was young, I used to have vivid dreams. I'm talking about, these dreams look like movies, and I don't know why I'm in these movies. And I'm talking about, I can still clearly see these dreams when I was younger. So being older now, like, those obviously wasn't dreams. That shit from before, and it's just the shit's coming back as certain shit. So I started to recognize too, like, oh, that's what that thing that's kind of always, because I got a thing and I got a look and I got a line and I got to switch. So you feel me? Like, that right there is big thing.
Know
Like,
thyself. Good
yeah,
job.
And that's what it is, you know. And we're all work in progress. We all trying to master self
Indeed.
and get the best. So that's what it always is too. Recognizing it, utilizing it. I recognize though what right now that is I'm supposed to use that to drive. Like the way that I'm supposed to achieve now in this season of my life, that thing that I whatever, right? I actually have to unleash it, right? But go like this with it.
In
You
a
know what I mean?
constructive
Yeah,
manner.
It's like Cyclops with the
In a
plasma beams, right?
constructive
If he takes
manner.
his shit off, that shit is everywhere blowing shit up, right? That's why
that's
he got
right.
Mm-hmm.
focuses it. So like recognizing that lately, like that enormous power that's inside is there because I need to tap into it and then just refine it to go where I need to go and do the thing. So yeah.
That's
Exactly.
fantastic. So insightful.
Thank you,
And then
thank
my
you.
other
Mm-hmm.
question to you is, like, imagine that a strain of weed was going to be created that would encompass the things like that have your personality in it, right? And what would the name of this strain be? Being it's going to be a hybrid. So what are the two names? And you can't use Majestic. Dang, that's a good ass question if you understand.
Well,
How you gonna ask your
and
own
what
question?
made you automatically decide it was a hybrid? Like, damn,
It's
you
gotta be
ain't
a
giving up.
hybrid.
It's
You know,
like,
I
It's
didn't want to. How
got
you
it.
didn't know? I wanted the indica. How do you know? I wanted the sativa. I had
that's
to.
what I'm saying.
Nah, because
Like,
you're not the one
nah,
creating it. You're just the
Oh,
one
okay.
naming it.
Damn, because I have a friend that owns a cannabis bar that I frequented since about August in Harlem. Shout out to my peoples at the Rock Mill. It's a brother
Shout
named
out
Milton
Rockmill.
Washington. Shout out to Rock Mill. This brother
Boom.
he does photography, has Rock Mill Fitness, because I don't even know nobody black with fitness, which is crazy. And then he has his flower product as well. So I've actually
nice.
been fortunate to be coming across a good amount of high quality bud last 4 or 5 months of life. So I'm sitting here thinking now,
That's right.
would I use just adjectives or would I use the strands that are out and stuff like that? Or
No, you would just you would name it, but there's two names that you're gonna mesh together to call this strain something in honor of you.
shit.
Mm.
Dang, I got them questions. Yeah, you
Hard
know what?
question.
Diane Sawyer ain't got shit on this. So let's just
Wait,
go
why
with
did
it.
you go to Diane
Me,
Sawyer?
I
I've
know
First of
because I
all,
seen.
already
you an
used
old head.
Oprah. I already no,
Well,
I
no, I
used
mean, I figured not Oprah, but you grabbed Diane Sawyer. You got to be old school to even know Diane
she's a
Sawyer.
great journalist. I'll give it to her.
I think that's why you went and grabbed it. Definitely. I'm going to say, you know what? You know what? I might go. Let's two strands, and I'm gonna name one. I'm gonna give them two different names because I feel like combining the two is like it's a little tougher for me. We're gonna have one strain definitely be called BDE, um, for sure, right? Okay, boom. And then the second strain is gonna be called God Talk. Boom. There we go. The
Oh,
indica is gonna be right, and the sativa is gonna be God Talk. You feel me? Listen,
nice.
I'm marketing too. Marketing. I
Come
do
on
this all
now.
day actually. So yeah. So
You know
yeah.
what? And that's actually leads me to my next question. Thank you.
Right on.
What are two tips for men or kings to I would say to take care of their penis health or their dick health or whatever, you know?
So wow. So first and foremost, do it. That's one. Because from what I've
Word.
heard, because from what I've heard, that's not the case. And you know what's funny too? I love the fact. Well, first of all, obviously, I love women, right? But I would say one of the reasons a lot of my wisdom comes from because I've always talked to women my whole life. So I've always heard what not to be. That's what I felt. That's what I took it as. I've always heard what not to be. So like, listening to women are always gonna put you on. Like, that's the thing. Understanding as a man, if you have understanding a certain way, right? Women will put you on if you're listening and you understand. You know. Let me see.
Dick health.
Yeah, I know. It's just so
I
the most.
mean, I
So
think
I was.
it goes. Shit. Of course, he was asking him because he's the one. But what I'm saying is that I think it goes a little bit farther than just the dick. You gotta be healthy with, from mentally, to spiritually, to fucking
Yes.
your body, which means that you think about what you do, you think about what you think about, what I'm saying, think about what kind of people are around you, and you take your ass to the doctor when you feel something is wrong. You don't just take a fucking Advil and keep it moving.
For sure, for sure. I would
Okay.
say, I guess on the individual level, because dick health, right, is, and what the sister's actually building on is like, if you're interested in dick health, is because some more overall health or just hygiene health that you're worrying about. You know what I'm talking about? So I definitely hear on that. But what I would say is, one, basically wash all of the genitals, right, and the area between the crack to the balls as well. Now, I hope I don't have to tell people to wash their
Thank
ass
you.
crack as well, because it's part of all down there and shit comes out of it. So I
I'm
should
just
hope no one
saying,
has to
just
tell you.
fucking go swish, swish, swish,
But
swish.
again, from what I've heard stories. So I've heard some shit. So I see we do have to say this, that, you feel me? We have to wash the front area. Matter of fact, that's like the frontal, right? The underneath balls and or gooch, right?
Gooch.
Ass crack
Get
and
that
ass
gooch
cheek. So
crease.
gotta get the gooch. You know what I'm saying? Because,
Thick
and here's the funny
cheese
thing.
and
What
gooch
I never
crease.
understood is that, like, maybe because I've always been nasty, I always wash my shit, because who gonna suck your shit if it's not clean? That's the part I'm trying to understand. So when I hear that niggas don't wash their shit, but so how you
mean,
gonna get your dick sucked?
say in the same note, like, y'all, the pum pum could be the best pum pum, but if it smell, him not touch it, him not lick it, him not.
Yeah, that's the true thing. Yo, y'all know,
You know what I'm
I've never ran across no stank
saying?
cooch.
And then if you got a man like
And I
mine,
would,
he'll be quick to tell you in the worst way, and then you really don't want to fuck that nigga. Just saying.
yeah.
But anyway.
I've been honestly, it's a bit of an anomaly, and people tell me this, but I've never ran across some stank cooch. I've been super fortunate. I don't know how that's happened, you know what I'm saying? But I have to say, or at least not the stories, like, because again, I've heard stories
But
like,
God has blessed you. God has blessed you, clearly.
nah, I'm gonna keep it
God
funky,
has
because
blessed you,
a lot of
clearly.
people have said they ran into, and the thing was too is I don't know how I would kind of deal. Like I had to think about how would I deal with that there. I mean, I'm a smooth dude, so I'm gonna just offer you a shower, because you should probably jump in the shower. And nah, I want it fresh, real fresh anyway. So I think maybe that's how come I never ran across that, right? Like you come over, I'm gonna have you jump in the shower if you haven't taken the shower already, which would be nasty if you came over to give me cooch but didn't take a shower. So that's another level. But fortunately, I kind of never
That
ran.
might be a fetish for some. Get all up in that cheese, all up in that cottage. What's up? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
different level. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't eat
yeah.
cottage
That's
cheese
a
Yeah.
no
myself.
for me.
Yeah, I don't eat cottage cheese myself.
Hell the fuck nah. And we're not doing that. But go ahead.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Everybody needs
Well,
to be clean. Everybody should be clean. That's what I'm saying. All genitals, all beings should be clean with the genitals. Yes.
and also be clean in your thoughts and in your actions. And so I really appreciate whenever you come across somebody who has a lot of magnetism, right? That's tied to spirituality. That's not just sexual energy, that's our God energy.
There we
It's
go.
also the energy in which we create from. And it's the
Mm-hmm.
same energy on which we can love on our children and our family. And so, as before we close, I have another question.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of empire building, and so I think all of us can relate to this. What is your least favorite part of the process of building an empire, and why?
My least favorite
I love
part
these questions, Joe, by the way. Sorry.
of an empire. Well, you did write them. No, they're good ones though. They're good ones though. No lie, they're good ones. Wait, that's hard as because the way my mind works, like, I'm something I don't like, I'm gonna recategorize it. So I'm trying to sit here and figure like in building the empire, what would I say I don't like? Oh man.
Or what you find most challenging to deal with in this
Oh,
process?
that okay, that's way easier to answer. Most challenging? Oh, balancing personalities. First of all, let me just tell you something. Um, One of the things as a leader about, I say 2, 3 years ago, I told myself that I needed to learn how to lead people who did not think and move like me, because that way I would be a true leader. Like, we all naturally are inclined to move with
That does
like
make
minds,
sense.
right? But
Word.
if you're actually going to lead on just a bigger level, and I don't say I have inspirations to lead masses or anything, but in order to lead my people, definitely I understood that I'm going to have to learn how to lead personalities and people who aren't like me. And so, balancing people's personalities, and ensuring that there's equity in the group, right? So ensuring that people get what they need based upon what their needs are, not a false sense of equality, but like a true sense of
Word.
equity, and make sure that's the most challenging thing. I'd probably say for any leader in the community is that, so that people's needs are met, people feel heard. Personally, I take pride in the fact that I have people walk away from me. It's a win-win situation, because often in life people always feel like it's either they got to win or lose. And it's something that I did as a dean. Someone walked away from mediation, restorative, even the parent, the elite parent, white, black, whatever, came in on 10. Parents coming on 10 and shit. And don't listen to me. Let me tell you about people who are because elite was not the word, that's the fake word. Privileged parents, right? And so a privileged parent coming in on 10, oh Jesus. Good Lord have mercy, right? But, talking to them as humans, right? And then having them bring them down to 0. And now we're here. And then they walked away feeling like they were heard. They wasn't bamboozled, because I never shot the shit. Like, I hit people with the, listen, I'm going to tell you what it is. I never blow smoke. I ain't do none of that. And so they walked away feeling, well, that I won in that situation. And like, that's a feeling you want to give people from your interactions, and not everything is a transaction necessarily, or it is, but you want people to feel like they always have a win-win situation. They're never walking away from you feeling like
Word.
they took a L. And so, yeah.
Some great feedback. Oh my goodness. So I want to say something real quick. And so on a real level, because I have talked about a situation that involved you a couple of times on here.
Did you? I'm just a joke.
Yeah, no, I did. And I just wanted to say,
Yes.
I'm really,
What's
that?
I'm only playing.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I will say this. I will feel comfortable sharing this with everybody, that I think people deserve second chances sometimes. Like for instance, I could have a falling out with my sister, God forbid. I would never want that. But if I ever had a falling out with somebody that I really loved and cared about, I would want to have a way to get that back. You know what I'm saying? And so, but people are still entitled to their space. And it doesn't mean that, as sorry as I could be if I offended somebody, they still don't need to fuck with me if they don't want to. So I'm just saying all of that to say that if you're going in a situation right now where you are at odds with anybody, whatever relationship dynamic it is, just have faith that if like you work on yourself, things will come to as they need to. And Majestic, you're just a really special person to me. I probably tell you more on the outskirts, which it should be like that. But I just want to thank you very much for your time, because I know you be busy. This guy is an incredible artist for real. And I think that when you truly care about somebody, you can be like so proud of their accomplishments. It got nothing to do with you. And Majestic, thank you so much. Do you have any questions for us?
Oh man, well, how you gonna say all that and then going to ask you some questions? You know the type of bullshit that right there. First of all, thank you. You have any questions for us? What type of bullshit is that? No, stop.
Yeah.
All that. And then go into now our regular scheduled programming for the advertisements.
Regular schedule programming and
dropping the mic.
Exactly, but dude,
Yeah.
that was a Ruby drop. But first off, thank you for those wonderful compliments. All right, I truly appreciate that. Thank you two for having me. It's been a pleasure and an honor, and I'm a firm believer in y'all brand. You know what I'm saying? Supporter. So this was dope to finally get on. I was like, yo, damn, when I'm gonna get on the pod? You know what I'm saying? I see other folks and all that. Got folks here, folks there. I ain't been on the pod yet. You know what I mean? So thank you for having me on the pod. And thank you very much for all those words. I truly appreciate it. You know, I believe you to be a very, very special person as well as you know how I feel about you. So thank you for saying that. And that was very public. That was cute, actually, I have to say. You know, that was really cute, kind of cute there. A little unexpected too.
It sure was. I was feeling it.
She's trying to set 2024 off right, get the year off right. You heard me? So yeah, I respect that.
I mean, no, she did tell me before we did this that she's gonna do her best to keep it professional, and she did that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, what I'm saying, I felt like this was gonna be, you know, a little bit of a threesome where, you know what I'm saying, you and she would just be going back and forth, and I just sit on it like watching her like weird. So nothing professional.
Oh, we about building too, Mama. We get, you know.
It was nice. It was cute. We like that. And you know what? Because we love that you are a supporter, we're gonna go ahead and drop you a line and tell you, you know, them people that you mentioned that you get smoke from, you know, maybe they need some rolling papers. I mean, because we selling rolling papers, and you know what I'm saying, we selling them at wholesale prices to the store.
Right,
so
yeah.
if you
I'm gonna keep it 100 though. I could always,
you know, if you kind of tell them that if they need a box, you know what I'm saying, a box, they $2 for the wholesale, and it's 20 in this box, and they hemp papers, and you know what I'm saying, you can pay with PayPal and Cash App and things.
Quality.
I don't know. You can.
Yo, first of all, listen, I
don't know.
Listen, I talked to my folks. I forgot about that right there. But you know, they actually, because you know, they sell the rolls, so they sell the pre-rolls as well. So that's something to politic, and you know, I'm always trying to connect something. I love that too, right there. You about that business, boy. You say, hey, man, hey,
that's
right. Hey, cash rules everything around me. What's up? I'm just saying, because the people, you know, you said something, and then immediately I said, oh yes, I understand that. I know you told them about our rolling papers, didn't you? Not did you? Could you tell them? Because we are struggling business, and you know, things. Nah, but yes,
I'll make that connect.
But yes, we definitely appreciate that.
Absolutely.
That's what we're here to do.
You know what I mean? And so tell the people, is there anything going on with you future wise that you know what I'm saying, like any shows that you want, you know what I'm saying, you want to drop a line on? Because of course, when we drop this episode on YouTube, this is going to be the 11th episode on season 7. Right. And so, as you know, 11, season 7 already started. So, whatever's going on with you, if you could drop what?
So, yes. So, I'm going to be dropping music. You can go to www.squadupmusic.com. Where the record label will be there. You could also just check it out on Facebook, Instagram, Majestic Da God. It's so much stuff coming this year. It actually sounds crazy. We're dropping the music. I'm also going to be working on some content as well. I will be doing a couple pods myself. I'm going to be doing one called The Manual, and that's going to be my fellas imparting my wisdom to the brothers about just, you know, ways and manners to go about things. We got that. We got the music coming. Entertainment companies growing. I'm DJing, so I'm actually going to be at. I started DJing at this restaurant. Actually, that's going to be a brunch. It started in May.
Nice.
Yeah, gonna lie, it's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. I've been doing a lot of work, and so I'm just waiting for everything to go and pop. So, music, a lot of DJing gigs. I'm going to be in the schools this fall, definitely as a motivational speaker, and starting to do seminars and stuff. So, just work, a lot of work, man, a lot of work.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. This was dope.
Thank you.
Success to you. Much success to everything you're
Thank
doing. And
Absolutely.
definitely if at any point in time, you know what I'm saying, something pops up that you want to promote, you of course we could definitely throw your promotion on any one of our videos that, you know what I'm saying.
For
It's
sure.
nothing, it's definitely nothing, you know what I mean.
Appreciate that.
And shit, of course, as soon as this video drops on YouTube, we'll send you that link. And shit,
know I'm gonna
and
promote
of
it.
course,
You
one
already
thing that
know.
we love is when people show us love, and because we damn sure show the love back.
Exactly.
Boom, boom.
Exactly. That's what we're gonna do, and I
You
got
have a
y'all.
special thing going on, nothing
Yes,
like
yes.
that, not just because
Yeah.
we love everything.
Thank you so much. And I'm gonna be seeing y'all.
Yes,
The bitch
for
are gonna be having
that.
summertime, right?
Let's get
Yeah. Kai, he's gonna be the DJ for our event that we have out there.
yeah.
He's gonna be the. Remember I said,
Oh,
yeah.
yes, that's what's
You know
up.
what I'm
Yes,
saying?
because definitely
Yeah.
On Rockaway.
I don't know if it's me, just me,
because of
but
course we'll be it doesn't make a perfect chance to do a live show in there. It's going to be great. You know what I mean? So if you ain't never been to, yes, I know what the show.
I got you. Oh, do you know everything you just said about the last minute was breaking up, but I was able to still catch what you got. But nah, I can't. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to doing the event, even helping to promote y'all, do y'all thing. When I heard about it, I was excited. I said, oh man, you in the city, y'all doing y'all thing. It's big for y'all. So I'll be there in full support of y'all helping out, promoting, being on the wheels and all that stuff.
for sure, we'll keep you updated for sure as it progresses.
Appreciate that.
What, Queen
You must have
Kai?
got stuck.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, my internet.
I mean, at least
Okay.
it waited till the end for the bowl. So we made it through the pod, right?
There's our technical difficulty of the episode.
Yeah.
All right, Motherhood Motherhood Sexmer one in the motherfucking building. Majestic in the building. Building.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Peace out, y'all. Thank you.